I'm Congressman Raja Krishnamoorthi, and I'm very pleased to be able to address all of you through this video. I see that there are a few questions that have been posed to me, and I'd love to address them. The first question is, what is my opinion on the GOP tax cut bill? I voted against this bill. There are three reasons. One, it increases the debt and deficits for our country as far as the eye can see. This is really unfair for future generations as well as our current country to be shouldering so much debt. Secondly, the benefits of this bill really are spread unfairly. 83% of the benefits of this tax cut bill go to the top 1% of income earners. That's unfair. The third and final point is this. While I was a former small businessman and I believed in lowering the top corporate tax rate from 35% to a lower rate, I don't believe that in doing so we should hurt the middle class, which is what this bill does. For instance, it caps state and local tax deductions at no more than $10,000 per household. In our area, in the Chicagoland area, families routinely take tax deductions for much higher than that. So what's going to happen to them is that they might see a tax increase in the coming year. That's not right. The next question I was asked is, with new immigration policies by the Trump administration, what is my stance on having the state of Illinois and the Chicagoland area as a sanctuary city for those types of immigrants, and why? Well, I oppose the effort by the Trump administration to basically penalize or punish cities and localities who are not really tasked with the duty of policing our borders or taking care of our immigration system. They are tasked with local law enforcement. And so when the Trump administration would basically penalize them for not doing their job, which is policing the borders or taking care of our immigration system, that would to me seem to be an encroachment on the local powers of our municipalities, towns, and villages. And so that's why I am opposed to the Trump administration's policies on this particular issue. We're a nation of laws, but we're also a nation of immigrants. We should always remember that. And we should treat everybody with respect and dignity. And I'm very concerned about the Trump administration's policies in this regard. The third question I've been asked is, in light of the opioid crisis, what are my views and opinions on the legalization of marijuana, both recreational and medicinal? Well, I've always been in favor of allowing for the use of marijuana for medicinal purposes. I also believe in decriminalizing marijuana. Third, I believe in taking it off the Schedule I drugs, which basically means that the federal government would allow states and localities to pursue policies with regard to marijuana that are suited for local preferences. Right now, our country is engaged in an ongoing discussion about this issue, and I want local states and municipalities to be able to pursue their policies in accordance with their constituents' interests, which unfortunately the Trump administration opposes. And so I disagree with the Trump administration's overall policies on this. I think that we have to go the way of decriminalizing marijuana, allowing for its medicinal use, as well as allowing states and localities to pursue further reforms in this regard. Final question. What are my recommendations for a student interested in a career in public service? Well, there are three things that I think all students should do. First, when you reach the age of 18, you have to vote. There's this old adage in Washington, D.C., which is, if you don't have a seat at the table, you're on the menu. And the fastest way to get on the menu is not voting, because other people do vote, and their interests may not be aligned with yours. So please vote. The second thing that you have to do is please volunteer for causes that are bigger than yourself, including political causes. Third, I hope that folks will consider running for office. Perhaps they'll run for city council or state house or state senate. Maybe you'll even consider running for Congress someday. If you do so, please don't do that in my congressional district. All that being said, thank you so much for your incredible interest in these issues of civic advocacy and civic engagement.